to the Masheleng podcast where money meets the profession. I'm Nelo Mokhotsi, and on today's episode we are with Mr. Mompati George Rantuana and we're talking about the film industry. Check it out.
Thank you and welcome to yet another episode of Masheleng Money Podcast. So today, Mr. Rantuana. We are going to be discussing the film industry. So if you are a young person trying to enter that industry as an entrepreneur or as an actor or whatever, we are going to be talking about things that speak to that industry, the money side of that industry, so that you have a better understanding of it. Joining me today, Mr. Mompati. Mr. Mompati, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Yes. So I always like to give my guests an opportunity to introduce themselves. I get to introduce about so can you please just give our audience an understanding of who you are?
Great. Well, Motswana ko ga ina ke bitsoela go te Mompati Rantuana ke tlhola ga go ga malete go ga bane ka dithutego ke ithutetse tse ba di bitsang degree in motion picture medium. So professionally I'm a film producer.
And then I think it's so interesting today for Nalo and you are in the creative industry. And we've seen, in the creative industry, it happens a lot. I think about 10% to 20% of those who start actually end up finishing Zelaya one. So I did sorry when you decide to into this industry, or maybe there is similar school educated where you taught the finance part of this industry.
So, I'm producing. So, basically, producing is the administrative side, or should I say, the business side of film.
Yeah.
So, a producer is somebody who is responsible for making sure that the funds for the production, they deal with everything that has to do with the administration and the production.
Yeah.
So, yes, we have been taught the financial aspect of film production.
Yeah. And then, how would you say the industry is like? 2019, that was just before COVID.
Yeah, but that honestly it was unfortunate because it really hit us school.
Yeah.
And then COVID immediately hit. So you can imagine, our industry was in its infancy.
Yeah.
It was struggling.
Yeah.
So now you can imagine what a COVID in at least the constraints that didn't struggles when people are trying to break into the industry.
Yeah.
So it's been really, really tough. I won't lie to you. It's really, really tough.
Yeah.
But we're trying, but really holding out.
I always like to ask this question. Have you ever been taught principles of money?
Making mo to saving fela thata.
Wow.
From a very young age, my mom was always telling me that hela house save.
Yeah.
Save kurubule account demo insuranceing hela saving save for the next 10 years. We debate my dad thing.
Yeah.
You reap the rewards later.
Yeah.
And then personally I've exercised that growing up. Dependent at the yeah. 50 like you why big make a short 10% then can save. So you can take a do I guess I never body games at the PlayStation games at the PC and take like a idea. Yeah. I guess really.
Wow. I don't get that a lot. I don't get that a lot. And we've always believed those simple principles allow you to be. It becomes very easy for you because you can take it lightly, maybe because you are disciplined in that area. And then you are like because whatever you want to acquire maybe later, will require those savings. It becomes very difficult to understand. But Rona, for some of us, we grew up if you want something, you need to either be any more or you need to get a loan. So ne solve the issues and it's a bad habit, you know. After some time you realize I've gotten myself into trouble. Yeah. And then so when you started your business, did you seek funding or did you start with your own savings?
Well, when you're trying to finance your film or whatever documentary or business, there are many ways where you can fund your documentary or film. But unfortunately, because of our geographical, where we are, Botswana, certain ways of acquiring funds may not be common because, industry is not sustainable. So one of the ways when we talk about the funding for the film projects, I will say that because I'm in the film industry. So it's a bank loan. That's one of the first ways where you can fund your project. But it's risky because the platform where we can deliver our content to the minimal, and it's not. Maybe it's just 2% out by they're making it. The content so you hire a loan go banking or you want to finance your project. It's a risk because you might lose that money, not being able to pay it. And one other way, maybe you can find an equity investor. So maybe you have an idea or a concept that you want to bring to life. So you can go to somebody they have money, and they're potential investor to your project. And then you can approach them and say, but it works how to show what what a project that we do end some way. On a distribution, so that you can get a return on investment because I want to talk somebody you buy it down the drain. Somebody want to invest a return on investment. So one other way, maybe you can raise funds. Maybe if you're in the film production, I would say, let's say you're coming up with a concept. And concept that how it's about HIV and AIDS. So the best thing to do is you can approach organizations that share the same mandate and objective to raise awareness of HIV and AIDS. So you can approach them with your concept. Where I have this concept, script they say this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to raise awareness on GBV or HIV and AIDS or a certain disease. And then they can tell you, we love this concept. It's in line with our mandate and what you're trying to achieve. So we can sponsor your project. So that many ways in which you can fund your project.
Now I've worked in finance for quite some time, and often I've met people who would say, we don't have a market, we don't have this, therefore we are not able to do 1, 2, 3, right? But the thing is, in a country like Botswana, we are developing, and the beautiful thing about a developing country, we need everything. Like we want to get there, so we need everything. So now you feel we can't produce a lot of things because maybe we are looking at BTV and the content that is there, and then or maybe we are looking at other channels, but there are so many organizations saying and so many people they don't even know what they need to film something. Right? And you were just raising that point. So what you are saying, identify a need even before that person it's or they have a need, and then pitch. But I have often seen, I guess, what would your advice be? I have often seen, more especially young people, what they would do is they would approach and then say, this is what we can do for you. But we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But remember now, this person at the time of my approach, again, yes, we are going to pitch a concept. It might, again, but how similar I want 1, 2, 3, this is exactly what I was talking about. But now, if you come in, do a sample of some sort, just to give them a picture, because we're talking about one again, just to give them a picture of what I am or this thing we can actually even take it out. This is how people are going to respond, or we can do a trial and see how people respond. If people don't like it, you don't pay me. If people like it, then we talk, right? That approach, I think, it makes a lot of sense. I get to know when from the practical experience from your side, do you think that is something that works, or it's something especially for a startup?
Would be planning.
Yeah.
Definitely planning.
Yeah.
But I won't lie to you, I become dysfunctional when I don't plan.
Yeah.
For me to function well and be productive is when I plan everything. Not only in business, in the aspect of business, but generally, even in my personal life.
Yeah.
What I get type of it gets ebe ke re ke tla bona bo mo se ke nkisang teng.
Yeah.
Ke batla go itse gore ha ke tsoma lapeng ke a go ya gore ga kwa kana kwa gore ebe ke tsana kwa kana kwa gore. It gives me sanity.
Yeah.
But ha ke sa plan dilo
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about planning all the time, and often at times but I've seen lack of planning with cancer.
Yeah.
Because you haven't planned well. You get to an event, and they how adapt that.
Yeah.
And the event is live, and it needs to happen. And then a little thing like that. How can I lose a job because of an adapter? When you didn't have an adapter, nothing is switching on, and we are supposed to be switched on at this time. So you're talking about planning, encouraging entrepreneurs to plan, and I think mostly speaking to the creative industry, we've had like a lot of disappointments when it comes to guys in the creative industry. I don't know, you look at Baba design and Dilwana, Baba Sekhang. I remember when I was getting married, like the day before the wedding, we were sitting with the guy, but he had the job for like 2 months. Day before the wedding, we were at his office. 12 I remember my wife was so mad. It was a mess, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, but then we understand why they don't grow. Because we tell for a very long time. Yes, they can survive. Survival, anyone can survive. You'll survive, right?
Yeah.
But to get to a level where now you open a butcher, you open a supermarket, that needs proper planning, or the clients are also going to.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to add on that, as a producer, that planning is key to the success of everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
Because in film production, we have different stages. We have the development stage, but I would call it the planning stage.
Yeah.
And most productions, they become a flaw. If you trace back, you're going to realize what the planning was off. Yeah, was off. The plan was a plan. So the planning is key, and to people by long, what they would like to become entrepreneurs or leaders, I can't imagine how you're going to be one without planning.
Yeah.
And it's very important to write down. One again, I did and then every time I tick off things, even though the list to me it gives me like I don't know what to call it, for lack of a better word, I would say it gives me clarity. And satisfaction and fulfillment to say I'm working on my purpose. At least like when I've done one particular thing that contributed towards to my vision today.
Your plans, maybe do you also attach financial planning?
You're planning. When you're planning, you're planning to fail. So basically, you're planning to manage your time well. And time is money. So if you lose time, you lose money.
I like that.
In our efforts to reach every Motswana, Ignite Wealth has gone digital. And we are excited to officially reveal our website so we can serve you better. In just a few clicks, you can have access to insurance and investment advisory, financial counseling, training and development for individuals or groups, online courses and trainings, our mentorship program, as well as blogs on financial tips and knowledge. For your convenience, we have included a 24-hour payment platform to allow access to our solutions anywhere and at any time. What are you waiting for? Visit our website on www.ignitewealthbw.com or contact us on 395-0026 or email us on admin@ignitewealthbw.com. Ignite Wealth. Ensure your tomorrow.
And welcome back. So if you're just joining us now, Mr. Mompati, we are discussing everything that has to deal with the filming industry or the creative industry at large. Mr. Mompati, thanks again for the wonderful tips that you have given. I think, I speak to a lot of young people, and, I'm always surprised every time I give a because I've spent a lot of time doing. And, I can tell you every time when I speak to a young person, I always learn something new, something productive. And it's a good thing because kind of you guys are the future, of this country. We continue with our conversation. So you gave a couple of tips on some of the hacks that an entrepreneur should look at. You've spoken about planning, very, very key. Planning your work, planning your day, planning your money, all of those things. It leads to success. I guess you will successful longer plan. But successful how to appointment everyone always thinks, no, this guy sharp and how to but the thing is, they have planned that day, and no small thing. So if you need to see them maybe in a month's time, that diary is clean, you can see them, So tell me, how advise someone who's starting this business, in the filming industry, I also have the same philosophy. I see a lot of people, and sometimes I engage you for and they always cry about the same thing. We are not being given opportunities and stuff like that. And then I'm like, we can cry. Maybe government has not supported. Maybe Nigel Amos or government has not supported our Miss Botswana before Ayako Miss World. We can cry about all of those things. But here's the thing: where government is sitting, or whoever leader in corporate, wherever, where they're sitting, they're thinking, Kante Botswana Baira, they're always complaining, the moment to buy on Tanya thing, Bago Tanya, Bago Bona, Udira same, and Jano Kanyata, okay, am I supposed to spend a lot of money doing this? And then you're like, no, I don't have the money. But what is it that I want to put out there, right? Is it comedy? I can but how kids how long when I smartphone on sa phone wa taboga motho wa shooter o nako ya bala kwa tase taboga nako e ba dile go tsa botsa ya go gatenga bogala thela mo a lot of social media platforms say free free data what's our you can get a call from someone in South Africa if you okay, no, this guy is young, the second so many meters, let me call him. That's really what you are advising. It's not always about having money. camera, or you can go and intern at guys by the camera. How you are inside, they can borrow you a camera over the weekend, and then over the weekend you shoot your movie, and then you take it out there. Any other advice that you would give?
That advice, like I said, I'll keep on repeating this. Learn your craft. And because by so doing, you're increasing on your value. People place their money where they see value. So if you become a person of value, it's hard for people to miss you out. Probably that's why you call me here. Because you saw value in me.
Absolutely.
So that's how you thrive in life. Regardless for a similar feeling or whatever cause you know what learn. And add to your value.
People who honest got their own creativity. Now even in the creative industry, you find they're so humorous. But hasmat launa. They don't make funny moves and stuff like that. Most of them the introverts, right? So because of their ability to be themselves, right, and to maintain that. You take someone like, example like this guy is a comedian, because most comedians are like face, right? They'll just say a word or two, and then everybody laughs, and then one relaxes.
But the thing is, I used to appreciate movie and watch them for entertainment purposes. But ever since I started film, now I can ever move the movie a different perspective. I watch to analyze them. So sometimes it becomes boring because everybody posts analyze. But I try by all means every time to watch a movie just to enjoy it. I do watch movies.
I can imagine it's very difficult for someone who knows what you know. Was a picky post, or growing up, Nera level movie, he was young. I don't know why he's not into films now, but I think he was going to be a good filmmaker at some point. Every movie that we watched, he'll be like, after some time I would feel alright, dude, somehow that all level news. Did you realize that before this guy opened the door, he was he was wearing the red tie had some dots. And then when he closed the door, the dots were
continuity.
Then I'm like, I'm not even looking at the clothes, I'm looking at the face.
No, here we is a back to Kanya planning. Because doing anything, it wasn't well planned. Wow. Because
I get back on Kata today, and then they continue the same tomorrow. And then about
Baba would makeup.
And then you continue. So are there any recommendations that you would have?
I will try not to be technical. But I think my all-time favorite movies, I can watch them over and over and over again. The first one, 3 Idiots.
3 Idiots.
I don't know if you know the movie.
I know.
It taught me a lot about friendship and humility. It's a movie that I would highly recommend to everyone. And then the second movie, it would be Okay, I'm a romantic.
Yeah.
So I love romantic movies.
Yeah.
And one movie that made me believe so much in love is A Walk to Remember. It's a very old movie. Yeah. About a guy who dated somebody who had cancer. It's a very beautiful movie. So lastly, I would say the third movie would be A Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
Yeah, that's a great movie. That's a great movie.
So if you want inspiration in pursuit of your dreams, I would highly recommend that movie.
Wow. In that movie, one was a robber, professional robber, and the other one was a detective. I think Al Pacino was a detective, and then De Niro was a robber. And those are two great actors, right?
Yeah.
And you know that they're in one movie. And normally when I watch movies like that, I'm always on the side of the robber. More especially when the robber is very technical and plans well. Wow, and I like movies like that. So I guess on say I enjoy that, and then I think I've enjoyed The Wolf of Wall Street. I think I enjoyed that movie. So so I really like finance type of movies. And then the rom-com, I used to watch them a lot, I think at some point, but I get move away from them. I guess go to action or action. Yeah, I understand that. Then lastly, before we close, I just wanted to know for your inspiration, you know, when it comes to the field that you've chosen, because a lot of young people are clueless and quite lost on what they want to do, where they want to go. What inspired you to get into this field?
I remember I used to be so curious growing up when I watched movies. Every time I live in a movie, whenever I appreciate that the acting and the stunts, everything. Now, how is it possible to do this? I mean, somebody's flying. How is it possible? But I never really put that into consideration. And I just felt like, the curiosity in my head. Passion. So I get my Form 5. I went to study IT at one local university. So I think towards the end of the year, I then told my parents, I need to be honest with you, I'm drowning here. This is not the line of work or career that I want to take. Every single day I wake up in the morning and go to school, I'm depressed. But I wasn't failing, I was passing. But I didn't just see myself taking this as a career path. And I had to sit them down. Now I want to quit. I want to take a gap year. And mind you, I forgot to mention that I get go school and something at the university. I wanted to study film, but I don't know why it was my first choice. And then I was talked out of it by the marketing team. There's this new. So I would say it has been something that I've been passionate about. And when I get not the movie, I'm inspired. So I pay business. So which is why I really get trying to choose a department in the film industry. I could choose the film side of
the business
side of film. That's why I'm very passionate about business. So I was like, this is the best combination.
Wow. No, we need more people like you. But there's education and so on. But when like you said, it's very difficult to identify when you are young for a synthetic and so on, unless if you are lucky and there are people around you who can identify such such things, and then I'll worry, okay, let's explore this further.
Yeah.
But fortunately, because of Boyuchu and other things, we see kids now doing exactly what they want to do at a young age. They're programming, and self-taught. They're doing incredible things. Mr. Mompati, thank you so much for making time to be with us today. So how about babata go ikopanya le wena ba batla di-service tsa gago ba ka go tshwara ko kae?
Like it's like a similar
yes.
Mogala is 744-11-997. My email address is mompati.george@gmail.com. And then on Facebook, Mompati George Rantuana. Instagram, Mompati_Rantuana. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. So we need more people like you, Mr. Mompati, like I've said. So that is it, folks. You've heard it all. You've heard all the advices, from a young fella who is in the film industry, and I'm sure thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you want to engage with us, catch us at 759111725, 759111725, or 3950026, 3950026, or catch us on our social media pages at the Masheleng Magazine or Ignite Wealth. See you on the next episode.